Let me change the audio to the music mode. So please, listen and watch your friends' presentations. Right?
Hai, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today, I will be your representative from Group B1 and I will explain about Software Processes Chapter 2. Alright, so we continue to the topics covered in this chapter. We're going to learn about software process models and also process activities, the coping with the change, and also the rational unified process. Alright, so first thing first we're going to learn is about the software process. As we can see here, we have 4 steps included, which are specification, design and implementation, validation, and last but not least, evaluation. In specification, we define what the system should do. In design and implementation, we define the organization of the system and also implementing the system. In validation steps, we check if the system or software processes meets the customer requirements. And evaluation, we may change the system in response to changing that customer needs. Alright, so what is software processes all about? Software process may also include products, which are the outcomes of the process activity, the roles, which reflect the responsibilities of the people involved in the process, the pre- and post conditions, which are statements that are true before and after a process activity has been enacted or a product produced. The plan-driven and agile processes. The plan-driven processes are processes where all of the process activities are planned in advance and progress is measured against this plan. In agile processes, planning is incremental and it is easier to change the process to reflect changing customer requirements. In practice, most practical processes include elements of both plan-driven and agile approaches. Last but not least, there are no right or wrong software processes. In plan-driven processes, as stated earlier, it is measurable against this plan. In agile processes, as stated earlier, it is incremental and it is easier to change the process. As I stated before, we may do some changes or we may do some fixing if the customer change the requirements. Now we're going to learn about something interesting, which is the waterfall method. As we can see here, the requirements definition, system and software design, implementation and unit testing, integration and system testing, and also operation and maintenance are quite similar to the waterfall as it goes down. But the problems here are inflexible partitioning of the project into distinct stages makes it difficult to respond to changing customer requirements. And also the waterfall model is mostly used for large systems engineering projects where a system is developed at several sites. So what is actually incremental development? As we can see here, once we receive the outline description from our customers, we may do several concurrent activities which are specification, development, and also validation. In specification activities, once we specify or define our customers' requirements, we may or we can release the initial version of our software processes. In development activities, once we track the progress of our development, we may or we can release the intermediate versions of our software process. And last but not least, the validation. Once we validate our projects, we may or we can release the final version of our software processes. As we can see here, these are the benefits of doing incremental development. The first one, the cost of accommodating changing customer requirements is reduced. And also, it is easier to get customer feedback on development contract activities as done more rapid delivery and deployment of useful software to the customer is possible. But also, we're going to face some problems here, actually, which are the process is not visible enough, and also the system structure tends to degrade as new increments are added. So So this is the step for reuse-oriented software engineering, which included requirements specification, component analysis, requirements modification, system design with reuse, development and integration, and last but not least, system validation. Based on systematic use, where systems are integrated from existing components, or COTS, commercial off-the-shelf systems, reuse is now the standard approach for building many types of business systems. We also have software specifications, which included feasibility study, requirements elicitation and analysis, requirement specification, and also requirement validation. We can see here the requirements engineering process, which included feasibility study, and also the flow here, as we can see here on the slides. The stages of testings included component testing, system testings, and also acceptance testing. And it goes round and round and around as we go through the software process. Coping with change. Change is inevitable in all large software projects, and also change leads to rework, so the cost of change includes both rework as well as the cost of implementing new functionality. If we want to reduce the cost of the rework, as we stated earlier, we can change the avoidance, which software processes include activities that can anticipate possible changes before the significant rework is required. And also we can change the tolerance where the process is designed so that changes can be accommodated at relatively low cost. For software prototyping, we should know the meaning of the prototype, which is an initial version of a system used to demonstrate concepts and to try out design options. The benefits of this prototyping that we can improve our system usability, a closer match to users' real needs. We can also improve our design quality, maintainability, and also reduce the development. To make an excellent prototype, we should involve the process of prototype development, which the first thing first, we should establish the prototype objectives. And after that, we define the prototype functionality. After, and only after, we establish and define, after that we can develop the prototype as we stated earlier. And last but not least, we should evaluate the prototype to make sure that our prototype meets our customers' requirements. We may throw away several prototypes as the prototypes discarded after development, as they are not a good basis for a production system. It is also may be impossible to tune the system to meet non-functional requirements, and also the prototypes are normally undocumented. The prototype structure is usually degraded through rapid change, and last but not least, it could probably will not meet normal organizational quality standards. As you can see here, this is the flow of incremental delivery, which the first thing first, we define the outline requirements, we assign requirements to increments, we design the system architecture, increment, interpret increment, and validate system. And only after that, we can reach the final system steps. If we can validate our system, it may lead to system incomplete as stated in the slides. So what is the advantages of incremental delivery? The customer value can be delivered with each increment, so system functionality is available earlier. Value increments act as a prototype to help elicit requirements for later increments. We also can lower the risk of overall project failure, and also the highest quality system services tend to receive the most testing. So this is Barron's spiral model. As we can see here in the slides, the first thing first, we should determine our objectives for our project. And after that, we should identify and resolve the risk of our project to make sure any risk will be avoided perfectly. And after that, we should develop and test our projects. And last but not least, we should plan the next iteration for our project. So, the spiral model sectors included objective setting, risk assessment and reduction, planning, and also development and validation. So just now, I just show you how the Barron's spiral model works. And now I'm going to explain more about the Rational Unified Process, or known as RUP. The RUP is normally described from three perspectives. The first one is a dynamic perspective, which shows phases over time. The second perspective is the static perspective that shows process activities. And the last one is the practice perspective that suggests good practice to make sure our project will run smoothly over the time. So that is all for chapter 2, software process. Thank you for listening and hope you guys learned something from us. Thank you very much.
Alright, so if you check in the chat box, okay, I did post some link, okay, for you to do a voting. So overall, after your friends present for topic 2, topic 2, not topic 3, okay. Topic 1, we've been introduced the introductions of software engineering, right? For this one is talking about the process. Okay, so based on your friend's presentation just now, okay, answer the question in the poll. What do you think? What's level of your understanding? If you think that wait, I think I need to change my. Okay. Okay. If you think that you can understand, okay, understand the overview of the presentations, okay, talking about the process, you can put it as a yes. But if you have a half understanding, maybe I get a little bit, okay, you can say maybe, or maybe means half or a little bit, okay, or no at all means that you didn't get anything from it. All right. So I give you about 5 minutes, or we have 50. At least I get a 30 response so that I can move on to the next quiz. Okay. Everyone can access, right? Okay. Okay. It's okay. There is no right or wrong answer. Is to check your level of understanding on each topic. Okay. Right. Okay. So hopefully, okay, after that I will give a summary. Hopefully your maybe can change into yes lah. That's the purpose. Or if you already know, if you stated the no, maybe you can change to maybe, but you don't have to change. This is just to check the overall of level of understanding. Okay. And the group that present also can vote. Who knows that you are presenting, but you also not sure what you are presenting, kan? So you also can vote. All right. There is no marks, and like I said, that there is no right or wrong. Just I want to check a level of understanding for each topic. Okay, we have 17 votes. Okay, keep voting. I believe this group, we have two combinations of group A and B that consists of 53 participants, students lah. So some of you might not attend the class. So right now we have 51 minus 2, 49. Okay. Okay. So if you, because I heard some of the lecturer and also the others group mentioning that there is some of your friends is infected of the COVID-19. So if you can attend online, you can attend online lah. But if your healthy status is not very fit, you can take a rest lah. Anyway, later on you can send the absent or apology letter. Okay. But try to not to skip lah kan, especially online class kan. Kalau face to face physically, of course you can't attend the class. Okay. Alright, we have 31 voters. Okay, so most of you maybe. Okay, so dapatlah juga sikit kan, walaupun sikit to half kan. Okay, alright. Only one person no. Okay, so hopefully, so actually for today, your friends presentation quite well actually. Okay, what I give them the slide. Okay, and what they are presenting is much more better because the slide, I think that I also a little bit confused about the slide. Okay, but your friends added and rearranged back. Just will be great if you do a topic presentations. First of all, you need to show your group presentations, and next time, okay, other group, okay, when I play your video, please turn on your camera. Those are doing the video topic presentation, okay, so that we know that who are presenting the video, not specifically for the person who present, okay, because I don't say that everyone need to present. Okay, you can assign one which is the best, or one or two, or you want to be equal, everyone to be presented. It's up to you. Okay, but make sure the objective is to make the understanding, to make sure your friends understand better, right? Okay. But everyone in the team need to open camera lah, so that we know that okay, this is a group B1. Okay, so next time, okay. All right. Okay. Okay, we will do a short quiz. Okay. Before that, for topic presentation. First page, introduce your team member. You don't have to introduce. You can introduce one by one, but you, or maybe you can, saying that the overall group. Okay. And then, every topic you should start with the outline or maybe the learning objective for that topic, so that your friends know that uh, end of the topics what they learn, and towards the end do a summary. Okay, summary for what they have learned in that topic. That's to refresh back, okay, to help your friends to refresh back what you are presenting or sharing the topic. That will be better. So that's the idea. Make sure the video quality is good, your voice is clear. Just now the voice is clear, but the background music, I'm not sure the tu a part of the music, or is a sound by a cat, or um adik your adik ke? I don't know. A little bit disturbing lah. I'm not sure that that's for you. It's okay, okay? Because for me lah, because when I watch that video, okay, I hear that, I thought it's come from my home lah kan, but it's actually come from the video, okay? A little bit scary, kan? I don't know, okay? But your voice is very good, okay? Very clear. Just the background sound too for me it's too high lah. You can use the background. It's entertain also, right? Sometimes lah, but no, don't too loud lah and disturbing, or choose the right background. Okay. All right. So overall, yes, I like the presentation, the creativity from your friends. Jumps there. And also another things is will be good if you highlight important part. So this to help your friends see the important part of you are presenting. You can highlight, you can bold it, or you can summarize it, something like that. Rather than you just pop a one slide, okay, and then you explain that people are not sure which part are you explaining. Or you can use a mouse, a browse to show that this is a part that I'm trying to explain to you. Then just now you have designed a few area. So some of you might think that which part are you trying to explain, because some of the background use kan, you have a certain part. Okay, that's the next group may do a improvement for your presentation later on lah. Okay, let's do a short quiz. Okay, don't worry. Okay, it's just to check your understanding. Okay, simple quiz. Okay, to make sure that you focus or at least you take a note maybe, and you did remember a little bit some important key points from your friends' presentations. Wait, wait, let me share the link. Uh, yeah. Okay, we'll do the quiz for 5 minutes. Some of your friends might have the internet issues, or try to give everyone to answer the questions lah. If everyone already answered, so we can have continue to the next summary of the topic. Okay. Wait, let me check if I already opened it. Wait, okay. I think those just click the link might cannot answer it. Try to refresh it, because just now I closed the response, but now I already open it. Okay. So choose your name and your group name. Okay. To make sure that you did not choose a different group or different name, right? To make it tally. Okay. And then only 2 questions. Okay. Easy question, right? Just the basic one. Everyone can access the link, because I haven't seen. All right, good. Okay. Because I did not get any response yet. Maybe you still keep doing it. So the question is normally is MCQ. You only need to choose which one is the correct answer. Okay, all right. So I already received a few response here. So waiting for the other friends. If you done the quiz, you may take a break first, can, or you can um, go a toilet first. Okay, we wait for others to answer the quiz, and then we move on to the next on the summary of the topics. Okay, we have 15 response. The mute. Oh, okay. Aduh, penat saya cakap sorang-sorang. Sorry. I forgot to unmute it. Okay, thank you for letting me know. Alright, we already have 41 response. So we should have 43. Alright, good. So based on the participant list for today in the Webex, we supposedly get 50, I believe, right? Yeah, 50, now 50 minus 2. 2 is from me. I open to divide this. 48. All right, 47 already. Right. Okay, I can see that most of you get the correct answer. Okay. All right. Okay, we already reached 48. Let me stop the response first. Okay, everyone already answered, right? Okay, stop the quiz. All right. Okay, just now I mentioned about this slide lah. This slide is shared by the resource person. So every lecturer need to use the same slide. Like I said that actually I'm also a little bit confused with the slide. Okay, but actually is a similar lah. Any books, any slide that you use, it have a similar content. Just how you present it might be different. Similar what you do in your topic presentation. That's why you can use the lecture note as a basic, but please get an example on the case study of the real situation to make sure that your friends can relate it and much more understand. All right. So for topic 2 on the software process, okay, before we are in topic 1, just introduction of what is software engineering, right? Okay, so topic 2 is on the software process. The name, the title of the name, okay, normally we call it a method, a methodology, right? So in here we are being explained by the word of process. So software processes. So every software that we want to develop, okay, it will go some of the process or phases. Okay, so at the end of this topic, you should it introduce you. Okay, sorry, it's introduce you what is software process models. Okay, it's describe the 3 generic process model, the general being used. Okay, generic 3 generic. Okay, and then describe outline process models for requirement engineering, software development, testing, and evaluation. Because this is a normal outline in the process model. We start with the analysis where we get the requirement, okay? And then after we get the analysis, we can start the implementation, okay? software development. We start develop, okay, and then we test it. Okay? We test it, testing, and the evaluation part is the maintenance. Okay, the maintenance. Okay, but not in the SDLC. Actually, there is one more phases. We call it planning. But the planning is the starting where uh, uh, you need to um, you need to align what is the purpose for propose this project. Is it to improve some of the system or software, or is it um, uh, uh, a new development of software that want to solve some of the problems or some of the process of the certain part of uh, some part. Okay, so normally in SPTC we have planning, analysis, design, and also testing, right? But the outline here is, if you can see, is quite similar. We start with the user requirement, okay, and then the implementations of the development, and we do testing before we can pass to our client, or we can blast it, okay, and the evaluation is the maintenance. Okay, like I said that in real situations, evolution or maintenance is not part of the development process. It will take another term and conditions where you need to open a new tender, okay, for only for the maintenance, because the maintenance might take you 3 to 4 years. Okay? Maintenance because of the change of the system that you need to put in the term and conditions, what's included in the maintenance system. And it will require more cost and more funds. That's why it would be better if you have another proposed project. Okay, so build and fix. So either it's a new build system, or you want to fix some of the existing system. Okay, so identify the problem. Okay, when you identify the problem, there is no specifications yet and no design. Okay, and totally unsatisfactory need life cycle model, game plan phases. All this actually for proposing a project is either a new one, build a new one, or fixing the existing system. Okay, so this is just the overview of either build and fix. Okay, so in software process, a structured set of activities required to develop a software system. So like I said that normally we start with analyze, where in the analysis part, you are identifying the user requirement or specification. Okay, and then you start a design and develop. Okay, design some project, put it together, design and develop, some putting different way. Okay, in here actually it's same thing, design and develop. Okay, you start design your system, means that you start implement the development of the system. Okay, some mention design is just design of sketching of the interface first before you start the back end, where you have the coding process, and then you do a one part on single features with the integration first. When you start develop the whole system, you start connect and integrate all the system to become one link system, that we can call it one system lah kan. And then testing is to verify and validate that the system is fulfill the requirement of the user requirement that you do analysis before, or this testing will include the debugging and also user testing. Okay, that's why verify, validate, okay, align with the company or align with the user requirement. Okay, and then deploy. Deploy means that you deliver the product, the final product. Okay, deploy it and it may have the maintenance where, of course, every system, every technology have their phases. We change from one platform to another, right? The new technology, new language, new maybe the company is before is have only a small server, now it become big because of the data, inventory included much more bigger. So this is a part of the maintenance where some is to fix the debugging or to improve a certain features, okay, or maybe to change to another platform. That's why I said that actually maintenance is a big another project that kind of big. What kind of maintenance that you want to do, and when what kind of maintenance that you want to offer. If only to debugging error, easy. Okay, you don't have to improve the system. Okay, only if you know sometimes there is an error, because sometimes we couldn't find it when we develop, but when the system is being used, okay, we found actually it shouldn't be have the error, because it should be test and test and test, right, from the single into the integrate system. But who knows that when we are blasting using the system in the real situation, the error might be happen. Okay. So basically in system development life cycle phases, okay, we have this similar. First is specification, design, implementation. That's why you can see that specification in one box, an explicit set requirement, and then design and implementation in one box. Okay, design is to create the plan, idea, model, construct a system. Maybe you are doing a storyboard first. Okay, and then implementations is the execute of the idea that you design before, and verification in validations is in the same phases, where verify is to reviewing and inspecting in order to establish and document that a product, service, a system meet the regulatory, either align with the business value or fulfill the user requirement. Okay. And then for validations is the checking that the software system meets a specification and fulfill its intent purpose. Okay, this also a part of the user requirement. Some of the testing it's depend on what kind of validation that you want to do. If you want to create a system that to help to motivate a student, to make a student enjoy learning, so the validation should be to evaluate the certain specific measurement metric. Yeah? Evolutions, again, similar, deploy and maintenance. Okay. All right. So we define what is software process model. Software process or process model, okay, actually is a simplified representations of a software process present from specific perspective. Okay, in easy word, when we talk about the process perspective, the process might be a workflow, okay, sequence activities involved in the process of the development software. It can be data flow perspective, okay, where you want to see the information flow, okay, or it also can be a process of role or action perspective. Who does what? Your system have two roles: admin, buyer, and also seller, or admin and also buyer. Okay? What role or what action that the role can do. So this is divided into a few models based on the role. Okay. So that's why I said that the topic is talking about the process model is very wide. Okay. You can see that there is a lot of method model or process being used to develop a system. Okay. It can be one of the example of this workflow, data flow, and also role action. Okay. In general, software process is a simplified represent a software process. Okay. Okay. In general or generic software process models, we have three. So this is the questions number 2 right now, right? Just now, right? First is the waterfall. Okay, I saw in the answer most of you are giving a correct answer. Waterfall. Okay, plan this. Okay, separate distinct phases of specification and development. The simplify of the figures or the image showing the waterfall, you can imagine from the word waterfall, it's flow one phase kan, flow satu phase satu arah je kan. So that's what it's called, waterfall, plan base. Okay, in other words we call it plan base. Number 2, we call it evolutionary or iteration. The word evolution, right? So it can be modified, it can iterate. So evolutionary is, in other words, we call it iterations model. Specification, development, validations are interlinked. It can be iterate, either in the specification phases, development, or validations. Okay. And last one is the integration and configurations, or in short we call CBSE. Okay. System is assessed from existing component. Okay, it's already integrate, just integrate and then configure it. Okay, there are many variants of this model. For example, formal development where waterfall-like process is used, but the specification is a formal specification that is refined through several stages to an implement design. Like I said, that this is the general one: waterfall, evolution, and integration and configuration. But there is a lot more: model, approach, method, process. When you do FYP later on, not only what you will see in the lecture note, okay, you can apply other model, other approach that you found that relevant to your project. Okay, so software process model, an example. Okay, we for the waterfall plan base, of course, first is the waterfall model, second is the rapid prototype model, okay, and then V model. Okay, example inside the waterfall lah. Okay, these three is the most common. Okay, and then for evaluation, there is another example of evolution: incremental model, extreme programming, rational unified process, spiral, and so increment, right? Increment. Okay, increment, you know, right? The word increment, extreme programming, rational unified process, and spiral. Spiral is the easy word to remember, that you can imagine spiral, how it will look like spiral kan, bulat kan. Okay, integration and configurations, only no example. This one is not so famous actually lah. So mostly is in the second part. Okay, that's why I said that the lecture note is a little bit confused, because normally we don't say the iteration. We call the famous one is another model. Okay, that's in other books. Okay, but we follow what given here, because of course the test also will refer to the lecture note, right? Okay, normally we call the second one agile. Agile is the most popular one. Okay, agile similar thing with the iteration, but it's not stated here. It only saying evolution. Kan, itulah saya pun confused juga. Other than that, formal method, fourth generation technique, even UX model, user experience method, or gamification method, a lot more. Okay, that's why it's not limited to all these three types of the model. It can be called model, approach, method, anything. But you know, the basic about the software process is there's now the simplified of the representative of the software process. Okay, so every model you need to know. Okay, if you see a lot of example in here, okay, after this is you need to identify the advantage and disadvantage, because to justify, you want to choose that model is to get the justifications lah. Why you choose it? Why you not choose waterfall? Why you choose agile? So you need to know each of the strength and weakness of each of the model. it may even ask you. Okay, normally in apa ni Viva kan, Viva FYP, normally we call the question is quite, I don't know the behavior in UiTM, but in UMS normally we call why you choose waterfall, why you choose that model, that approach, that process. You need to justify why. So all this, okay, that your friends just explain to us, waterfall and its problem, evolution, can have exploratory, throw away, their problem and applicability, process iterations, incremental, extreme programming, spiral, this is spiral, rational unified process, okay, the good thing, and integration and configuration development. All this, what you need to know is advantage and disadvantage. Because later on, you need to justify why you choose that method, why you choose that approach, why you choose that model. That's why I will not go one by one. You need to understand why you choose that model. So each model, you need to read through and understand it, why this is better for your project. Okay? And your friends already explained clearly actually and did do a comparison just now, right? Okay, I just want to make a summary here. So software process, okay, this is question number 1, right? Software process are the activities involved in producing and evolving software system. How the system or the software develop. In other words, okay, the activities involved. Okay, so software process model are abstract representations of this process. Abstract because intangible, you can't touch the process, right? Of course, right, it's abstract. General activities, like I mentioned just now, normally we have the analysis on the specification and then the implementation, design and implementation, and validation and evolution. But of course, for your final year project, okay, you don't have to put up until the maintenance or evolution. Normally, that's you apply the waterfall, but you avoid the last part of the maintenance. Why? Because you are not taking the maintenance part. So normally, I will ask them why you put the evolution or maintenance in the last part. Do you want to put it as part of your FYP? Habis-habis nanti kan evolution aja kan. That's why you can take it out. Okay, take it out. You justify lah because our project is up to until the validations and delivering only. So generate process model, describe the organizations of software process, similar things. Okay. Example include the waterfall model, evolution, and component-based software engineering. Okay, so like I said that the word generate process model ni kan. So normally we have the 3-1. Okay, the plan-based waterfall. Okay, or the evolution, iteration. Okay, and last one is the integrate and configure. An iterative process model describes software process as a circle. The word iterative, it's we'll go back. It's a circle process. Okay. And requirement engineering, this you need to understand the term being used in here. Requirement engineering is the process of developing a software specification, or in other words, is the user requirement, like actually in hardware or software. Okay. Design and implementation process transform the specification to an execute program. That's why after analysis, you get the specification, right? Then you start design and implement. Okay. And then validation involves checking that the system meet to its specification and user need. Okay. Just now you been introduced verify and validations, but the most important part is validate it. Okay, validate to make sure that valid your software, your system is valid. Okay, so how to validate? Mostly it's involve users because users is the one will use your system. Evolution is concerned with modifying the system after it is in use. Okay, that's why this is a part of maintenance. So maybe I'm not sure in UiTM behavior after your Viva, you get a feedback from examiner and also panel. Hey, do you need to modify it? I believe yes, right? But I heard from the briefing FYP, they said that the marks is given after the Viva session. Bukan, not after the modified. So what you present and what that is it lah. Okay, in UMS we still give a chance lah for student to improve it. But there is a term and condition. Okay, they practice here. If you are getting failed, so they are giving you a second chance lah. So you can improve, modify your system first. Okay, and then you can show your system works and you can be passed. Adalah juga, bukanlah terlalu cuma for me it's unfair kan. I'm not sure. Okay, that's why you need to closely work with your supervisor. In other words, in the project as well, you need to closely work with your client. Okay, you don't want to deliver your project but having a issues on it, right? That's why you need to show your supervisor, present to your supervisor first. Maybe you need to do a mock presentations. Normally I do a mock presentation because before the Viva session, okay, to make sure you are confident with your presentations and also your system work. Okay, taklah malu nanti kan bila Viva dah lah nervous satu hal kan. So your system doesn't work pula at that time. So that's why preparation is much more important. People always talk, practice, make perfect, right? So I believe on that. And the last part is the CASE technology, computer aided system engineering, the somewhere like that, where the tools being used to help you for the process of activities. Example that in the project management, okay, how you want to show the milestone, you can use a Gantt chart, kan? How you make sure your milestone is showing the due date and also the delivery part. So you can use PERT analysis. Okay. Next week on the tutorial session, I will show you your friends' presentations. One of the group, okay, do a presentations on the tools. Okay. On the project management tools. That's also similar with the case system. You can use either free or paid version. All right, that's all for today's software process. So like I said that you need to understand in developing a software or system, it must go through a process. So that's why we have chapter 2, software process. Okay, so right. Okay, so again, okay, you need to know the definition of software process. Okay, and the generate process, the one that I put in the quiz, right? And the general activities, okay, outline, or we call it outline lah, normally is similar. Okay, just what model, what approach that you choose, okay, and why, right? You need to have the justifications. You know waterfall is one flow, so it have the advantage and disadvantage. You need to check why people mostly use waterfall, why people mostly use agile. Like I said that in mobile applications, the famous method that being used is agile. Agile is the iterations. Yes, it's taking much time, but we believe that we must include users from the beginning until the end. Okay, so that's why now agile is a famous method lah. Agile means similar words with the iteration, or just now they use the evolution, kan? Evolution, the basic evolutionary. This one evolutionary iteration. Okay. So like what I highlight here, so you need also to know the problems of each model. So that's the justification. And later on, you will be shoot lah with your friend, your examiner. I'm not sure that the behavior in UiTM. Yeah? Normally we will be asked in UMS why you choose waterfall. Okay, because waterfall is only one way. After you finish one phases, you will go to the next, and then finish one phases, go to the next. You cannot turn back. Okay, so if you read it, there is an advantage and disadvantage lah. Why, right? So understand it. Okay, then you can justify why you choose that method. Evolution, why? What is the problem? What is the applicability for this evolution development? iteration. Why we need to choose this one? So this is the applicability. That's why I said that most of the mobile applications or FIP choose agile because the small or medium size of interactive system. So this is the one of the reason lah that most of us are trying to justify the use of evolutionary method. Even sometimes it take, but of course it only a small medium size interactive. This is the part of your FIP kan, tak banyak kan, kecil kan. Okay, so I don't want to repeat what your friends is already presenting, okay, but feel free to go through again the presentation. I will put in the new feature later on. So with that, I think that's all for today. All right. So any questions for software process? Ada soalan? Ada yang masih tak faham? Don't ask me why we need to choose. Like I said that you need to read, go through why waterfall, why we have evolution, why we have the third part. Actually, that's very weird option. I'm not sure that that's a normal method being used, but in this lecture, saying that it's a common generic. Okay, it's same things that you buy a system that already there, but you modify it based on the purpose of system or software that you want to do. Something macam tu lah. So it's already there. Example that we want to create UFuture. UFuture is e-learning system, right? In UMS we call it smart learning. I'm not sure in UiTM UFuture, so I share with you in UMS smart learning. That's using the method of the last one lah tadi. The last one tadi. Integrate and configuration. Okay, they just buy the system that's already there for e-learning system. Just modify it based on UMS punya system. Okay, so integrate with the existing and configure it based on the purpose or the content base or the requirement or qualifications of UMS punya needs. Okay, alright, any question? Boleh faham? So hopefully those yang vote no tu bolehlah faham. I don't say that you need to remember, you need to remember one by one, waterfall, boleh apa advanced. At least you know, you familiar with the word waterfall. You can write lah. If you can see the process is quite similar, right? Specifications, and then you have a design and implement, and then you have testing, and you have a validation or verification, and finally evolution. Sama je lebih kurang. That's the outline. Okay, how it will be draw, waterfall, one straight line kan, evolution, but don't change don't change it. If you choose waterfall, macam tu lah rupa dia waterfall. Okay, jangan tukar tiba-tiba atas ke bawah pula kan, yang straight macam tu kan, but actually it's macam waterfall kan, macam tangga, macam steps. Okay, attendance, oh ya ke? Okay. Give me a second, I will change it. Aku tak perasan, saya tekan 1 ada bulan 12. Okay, any other questions? Instead of the attendance lah, let me fix it. Give me a few minutes. You can keep asking me if you have any questions. Oh yeah, I put 1 December Okay, sorry for that. Thank you for informing me, right? Okay. All right. Try to refresh it. So I hope that you can sign in attendance by now. Okay, tak ada soalan? Boleh faham? Tengok dia tak soalan lagi. Apa tanya? Doktor, besok kita F2F. Yes. Tomorrow we will have face to face. But those yang infected of COVID-19 jangan datang, jangan buat masalah. But yang datang tu try to use a mask because now we are in gelombang kecil kan, gelombang kecil kedua. So bukan kedua dah. Yang gelombang keberapa saya tak tahulah, tapi gelombang kecil. So it been announced in the media yesterday, right? Yesterday ke day before. So we try to stay safe lah, okay? Bukan saya takut dengan you takut dengan saya, bukan kan? But we want to keep healthy, okay? Yeah, besok face to face. So tonight I still in KL. Just now baru je sampai ada workshop one day in Academy Science Malaysia. But this morning, tomorrow morning, okay, I will drive to Jasin lah, back to Jasin. Okay, tak ada soalan? If no question, I think that's all. That's my promise 1 hour only, right? But lebih sikit lah. Okay, sorry for that. I promise you I don't want to take much time, but I don't want to skip the topic that we want to cover for this week. Nanti kan you all ada pengecualian untuk pergi pilihan raya kan? Tapi you punya cuti tu 5 days kan? And then the next week is your sem break. Seronok lah si Aiman dia ketawa besar kan? So imagine, that's why I don't want to skip before that. Okay, try to make a class in the pace. Nanti jenuh lah kita nak pergi cover up again. Alright, seronok lah. So jangan cuti because you will have long week, long holiday. Another week nanti kan, pilihan raya, and then sambung lagi semester break. Wow. Heavennya. But lecturer still work lah. Okay, but we can apply. Kena apply leave. Bukan cuti suka-suka macam you all kan. Alright, with that, I don't want to take your time more. Okay, I think that's all. If you have questions, feel free to